Hello, everybody. It is Christine. It is time for day 7 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And this one's by Gloria Montross. I'm going to be honest, I have got my glasses on, but even this was, I printed it and it's so tiny. So I got up on the the iPad, but I'm going to just kind of walk through this. So basically, she's got stencil written here. So I imagine she's talking about using like a stencil. There's one photo. And then she's kind of got, it says fuzzy edges. I think she's imagining like texture on these pieces here with some journaling here. A little contrast here is some floral. And of course your title's up there. There's like, you know, I guess the visual triangle might be like this, this, and this or something. So what I'm going to do, I've been kind of thinking through this because what I pulled out, sometimes you guys, I put these packets together ahead of time and I know I have an idea. And then by the time I get to it, I think, oh, what was I thinking? I pulled this out of my stash. I've got that in my little plastic bucket over there. It kind of goes with this. So I'm just going to kind of lay it here for the moment. But what I have is a February 25 Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. And it's Simple Stories Heartstrings. And so let me get the plastic out of the way so it's not so shiny. So these cute hearts, there's little black and white hearts. There's little red and pink dots there. There's the floral. There's some more colored dots. And then this little diagonal plaid. Now what I'm struggling with here is I don't think I want to do a stencil because I do have this cute set of hearts that almost, you know, could be considered like almost stencil looking-ish. So I'm thinking about that. And then I've got all these cute hearts here and this. But I've got to think about it because, y'all, I got to watch myself. I will get very busy with pattern, and that's probably too much. Even if I put this on top of it, I think it's a little much. So what I might do, though, I could do this instead of the florals up here. I might do some kind of shape or something. I don't know. So I'm going to set that aside. And I really love this. I might do something where I mat the photo there. I don't know. I need to think about it because she's kind of got these two pieces. Y'all, I'm going to have to come on in a second because I'm really going to contemplate. I've got to contemplate what I got going on. I'll show you real quickly too my little baggie of stuff. This came with the scrap room. And as you know, you get little bits. And I'm happy with, hold on. I got some little ephemera bits. So this is Hugs and Kisses. I don't know if I'll use that or not. Some little hearts, which is cute. A little notepad thing here. There is some flowers, okay? So those could technically go around the upper area up there. And then I do like this little title, Love You. So I'm kind of thinking that. I've got these flowers and then I got another big old heart here. So that might go around the upper part up there. So let me come back on in a minute because I honestly, this one's stumping me. I made a comment early in the series, I don't know, a couple, 3 videos back that said, you know, when I do these, they tend to go really fast unless sometimes I get a sketch that kind of stumps me for a second. This one's kind of stumping me because I want to use this as my stencil, but then I kind of have to think about how do I do this assembly here. So let me think about it and I'll be back on in a minute. Okay, guys, quick check-in because I think I've made some decisions. So the first thing I've done, I went ahead and gutted this. I don't want to lose that. And trim this down. I want to make that framed out because I do love that floral, but it was just too busy as the background. So we'll do that. And I'm going to use this as the stencil. I just think this is such a pretty little pattern. So I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is, because this says either 4x6 or 3x5. So basically we have a 3x5 that I'm going to make bigger, obviously. So I'm going to use this, I think, as my photo mat, and then I'll use this, and then I've got like a nice big photo that's going to go to the side here, and then I'll use probably the back side of this maybe. I'll figure out where I've got some stuff left over as the little pieces here, and then I'll use this as the little journaling piece. That's what I'll do. All right, so that's where I'm at. Let me do some cuts, and I'll be back on in a second. Okay, so I have cut down my little heart pattern with the doodles here. That's going to go right there. I think I did that to 9 inches. And then I've got my pink and red here. I'm going to actually cut that down. I'm going to cut it from a width standpoint. And then I'm going to cut it down just a hair. Although I leave it a little bit long. If I'm honest, I tweaked this a bit. This sketch here. Because a couple of the pieces, I think, I just tweak them. I don't know. I think it's still very, I mean, you can still see the sketch, but I do tweak it a tad. So I decided to mount my photo on white cardstock in a second. I thought to use the orange, and I go, no, that's too narrow, and I just didn't care for it. So I do the white, and then I'll mount it on the floral, which is the gutted part of the mat of the layout, the frame of the layout, rather. And then I'm going to use my little black and white pattern, and then I'm sticking that on top of the red and pink. So I'm just creating like this, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I guess quadrupled mat, or it's a triple matted photo on top of a bigger sheet. I don't know what you call that, quadruple matted or just triple matted on top of that. I do want to make sure I see the hearts. You guys, I end up, I kind of make myself a little mad because I had laid out, well, you'll see in a minute, I'll lay out all the ephemeras and I lose a piece and I still haven't found it. And I looked and looked, and you'll even see me look in the video. I'll tell you in a minute. I don't want to spoil it. So here's me cutting my little photo mats here, and I made sure I get the hearts. I want to be able to see the hearts around it. I like it because my daughter has on like a black and white, and then I have on like red and white. Well, it's red shirt with like a little white lanyard, and I think this looks really cute together. I think this whole color palette works really nicely. And of course, I love my little girl. I don't journal yet. I'm trying to think. I'm going to write some little sweet sentiment, I think, on the little journal piece that I use. But I haven't figured out what to say exactly quite yet, so I haven't written it on there. I'm going to write something sweet, though. I've got the little plaid, and that's going to end up being where she said fuzzy or curled edge or something. I'm going to make that kind of those pieces. The bottom where she says, like, contrast, I think it said, or it said masculine pattern or something like this. I'm going to actually end up reusing the floral because I had it laying there from something else. And I thought, oh, well, that's kind of cute, so I'm going to end up putting that down there, too. But I'm just kind of dry fitting all this stuff. I'll end up gluing it down in just a second. I actually, guys, almost forget the lower right piece where she had like the little extra heart, or the extra, like it looked like a stencil and stuff like that she put in the lower right corner. I almost forget to do that, but I remember, no worries. Okay, here's me kind of gluing these pieces together. I'll use my fingernail actually to end up curling that up. Let's see, what else? This was a fun little layout, though. I'm not going to lie. I love this little collection. It's obviously from February, so it's kind of a lovey collection, like maybe a Valentine's Day type deal. But I think it's, it's not like, I think there was one piece that said wink, wink. I didn't use that one because that's not really, maybe if you're telling a joke or something, but I mean, it's supposed to be kind of, for maybe your significant other. So I don't use the wink, wink. But I do think the love you works well as a title. Here's where I'm going to start kind of building out that floral on the right-hand side. And you're going to see in a second. So I pull out all these little pieces. I got the floral. I got the heart. There's a couple of little small florals, and I'll lay those down there. And then I'm going to find some little black and white heart doodles. And I'm just kind of messing with these. It's got to be just perfect. I fast just a second. And I've got that little heart doodle there. And then there's this one. So that one I just set down. You guys, I ended up losing it. I have no idea where it went. I looked on the floor. I looked on my cutter. I don't know what happens to it. It just disappears. Now, I'm not sure if when I watch this video, am I going to see where it disappears to? Maybe. But I don't know where it went, so it doesn't end up on the layout, at least not at the moment. Unless I happen to watch this video and see where it goes, because I have no idea. It's so crazy. It just disappears. I need to start I have little plastic trays, and I really should start sticking my stuff in those little trays as I'm working so that I don't do stuff like this. Although, in all fairness, I've got this kind of dry fit, so it shouldn't have disappeared. It wasn't like I had it setting off to the side, so I really have no idea. I can still see it there. If you guys see it, you should comment, because I'm going to be like, where did that thing go? Although by the time you comment, I guess it'll be too late, but still solving a mystery, right? So the photo, did it disappear? Did it disappear? Maybe it disappeared. I don't know where it went. It's not in my lap. This is me looking for it. See? I'm looking for it. Where did it go? I don't know where it went. I just saw it a second ago, and then it just disappeared. This is me and my daughter, though. We're at an event. I don't know if anybody else is with us, if I'm 100% honest with you. Because I'll go with her, just me and her, a lot of times. I don't mind driving, and I like spending the day with her. We usually have lunch. We get to talk. It's just a really fun day for me, usually. And I'm really grateful for my relationship with my daughter, honestly. I really am. She's an only child, and it's a little bit by design. I always told myself I might have another one if, for whatever reason, I just felt like I was ready to introduce that dynamic. Because it is obviously, you had children, more children, it's different dynamics, things change. And honestly, I just never got to that point. So she was kind of my little mini-me my whole, her whole life so far. And even now, now that does not mean we don't always, we do have our little tiffs, it's not like we don't, because we're all strong personalities in this house, let me tell you. My husband's type A, he's actually probably type A++. I'm like type A and she's probably A+, right? So there's no type B's in this household. So it can get a little contentious now and again, but we all love each other and get along pretty good. So, all right, so instead of the one I lost, I did find 2 little foam doodle hearts, and so those went on there. And I'm going to take these little, there's a little floral piece there. This one, I use basically everything. I'll put that down there, and then I'm going to end up in a second. What am I doing? I think I'm still looking. I may still be looking for that darn thing. Look, I'm going to pick my board up in a second. That's another thing I've been proud of. I've been remembering to use my board so it keeps me on camera. I stay in the camera zone as opposed to going half off. So that's always a little bit irritating if I'm watching, and I feel bad. I shouldn't say this because sometimes nobody doesn't mean to do it. But it's like if the camera, because I've done it, and you get off camera and it's like, darn it, what'd they just do in that corner over there? So I've been using my board to stay on camera, even though I've actually seen some glass boards on Instagram that I kind of really want. This is me looking for that heart, y'all. I don't know where it went. It has disappeared. And I finally just give up after a few minutes. I just go, well, shoot, it's gone. I've put my little enamel dots down. There's a little sparkle in them, which is pretty. I'm kind of curling up the edges now of these little orange plaids because she did mention that the edges were curled. So I've used my fingernails to do that. And then I think, oh, shoot, I almost forgot that lower right corner. So I cut a little heart out of the scrap piece of the pattern with the heart, the doodle hearts. I've cut that out. And then I'm going to use the hugs and kisses down there as the kind of piece that goes horizontally. I didn't have to do that technically, but I think it looks cute. I like that a lot. And so that's going to go down there. And that is basically the end of the layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and listening to my rambling self. Today was a little bit rambly. I probably should have cut some stuff out, but oh well, I didn't edit enough. So you guys say hello, and I will say hello back. And, of course, like and subscribe, and definitely check out the playlist. By now, what are we on, day 7? There's probably 50 videos at this point with as many people that play along. It's so fun. And, of course, the Facebook group and all that good. So we will see you tomorrow. Bye.